guys, how's it going? Jujubear here. Welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be playing some Rome 2, and our opponents here are going to be the Epirutes, Epirutes, and the Seleucids. Now my teammate here is also playing, as caRTHAGE, sorry. So we've got 3 of these mercenary Balearic slings up the front, 2 mercenary Gallic warriors as meat shields, 3 Libyan infantry in the center, 2 mercenary Samnites, let Libyan Hoplite out in this flank, mercenary Iberians on the flanks, 1 more Samnite up the back, general's bodyguard, and 2 Carthaginian cav. He's also got 1 over here on this flank to help me out. Now, playing as a Baktrians, I've got lots of skirmishes, I've got lots of cav. Oh yeah, the Carthaginian also has an elephant up the back here, African elephants. Hoping to use them in the late game, I suppose. Now, I'm refusing the enemy this flank. I've got 2 of these Scythian horse archers. Straight away, I made a beeline for his Thessalians, I think. What did I hit? Hellenic Royal Guard. Yeah, getting some really nice heavy shots on this Hellenic Royal Guard. Managed to take out one of them and get some AP damage. But he's got a couple of these archers positioned here to refuse me from this point. So probably a good idea for my opponent there. Now, 2 Syrian archers up the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Thorax swordsmen in the center. 2 Baktrian peltas. 1, 2, 3 Baktrian hillmen. Baktrian Royal Guard, and 3 Baktrian noble horse. Very good build. I probably could have afforded to bring more skirmishes, especially up against I don't know actually. No, actually, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Bringing the extra swords was helpful in coming up against a lot of these hoplite units. Now, the Epirus player, who was it? Oh, it's one of my mates here. No, you can't see at this point. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 archers. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 hoplites up the front, mercenary Etruscan hoplites up the back, and 3 mercenary Samnite warriors. So he seems to like this build. He's also got 4 Thessalian cav up the flank and a Hellenic Royal cav. So lots of shock cav, lots of pikes. Sorry, not pikes, hoplites. So I suppose what he's hoping to do is hold me in the center and use his shock cav to kind of collapse upon me. But, I mean, that can only happen if he wins the flank. And I'm not going to let that happen. So you can see I've got a lot of my Baktrian noble horse and my Royal cav coming over onto this flank. Just kind of transferring them across. And yeah, you can see they are clearly outmatched. Even though they've got 5 units over on that flank, these units are just better quality. If I get them into the right kind of engagement, I can definitely haul down a lot of those units fairly easily. These Baktrian noble horse also have diamond formation, which gives them added charge bonus melee attack, whatever, but it also gets them into combat against enemy shot cavalry with fewer losses because they have kind of like a streamline formation. So we've got 2 3 spears out in this flank. We've got a thorax swordsman, 1, 2, 3 pikemen, thorax pikemen in the center, thorax swordsman, 2 3 spears. So that's probably his main body. He's got 4 of these Syrian heavy archers, and he's got some pretty interesting. I was really intrigued by this. He's got like a combination of light cav and Agema cavalry. So I suppose what he's planning on doing is holding up with the light cav and then delivering the killing blow with the Agema cav. Yeah, I mean, I'd assume that's what is happening. Or maybe he charges... Yeah, I don't know. We'll try and keep an eye on this flank and see what he actually ends up doing, because I was obviously preoccupied with what my units were doing, so I didn't really have enough time to look at what he was doing. Now, he very intelligently brings one of his light cav over onto this flank, because you can see I've got my mercenary Scythian... Oh, no. No, yeah, so I've got these my mercenary Syrian archers. And at one point, he's actually going to chase them and get pretty close to getting a couple of kills on those units. These guys also have precursor javelins. So these light cav can be pretty useful. I haven't really found too many situations where I would ever bring these light cavalry, but I mean, some people can definitely make it work, but I haven't really found a way of making it. So he's going to my teammate's going to transfer a couple of these Balearic slingers over. Not really necessary, seeing as I've already got these archers outmatched. I've definitely got the range capabilities, and Yeah, I would say I've probably got the ranged advantage over on this flank, the skirmishing advantage. As for the... Yeah, even though I've only got 2 Syrian archers, I could destroy all 4 of these archers just because they're kind of rubbish. It won't really take too much to take them out. So getting a little bit ahead of myself, you can see he's bringing up his light cav. Very well done. He could very well catch my mercenary Syrian archers at this point. But what I'm going to do is bring in my thorax swordsman, and yeah, you can see he's pulling back. So that was actually a bit of a I kind of shat my pants at that point because I was like, holy shit, he's going to fucking catch my guys. But my teammate had my back. He had his Carthaginian cav ready to kind of get a nice counter charge in. So the elephants are all the way out the back. Now, I didn't realize this, but they're actually hidden. So during the match, he cannot see these elephants throughout the match. And that was great. Like, I thought that was... Looking back on this match, I was like, fuck, that's really clever. I didn't actually notice he was doing that. So, good game for my opponent, for my teammate here. Doing a really great job. He's actually going to get his light cavalry into these mercenary Balearics. So I was going to... I brought up my thorax swordsman and just pushed him off. Got some nice kills in the process. Though I did waste a precursor volley. I'm destroying these archers with my mercenary Syrians. And they're running away, so we're getting some nice shots into their rear. Even though they don't really have armor in the first place. So good stuff, winning out the skirmishing engagement. Now, I was thinking about pushing my Scythian horse archers up, but I thought better of it, just because these archers are still here. I thought maybe I'll transfer my Baktrian hillmen over onto this flank, and just kind of use them as meat shields to get in the way of the charge of these Thessalians. Because that's what I'm worried about. If he charges me with all of his Thessalians and he gets good charges, there's a chance he could probably destroy a lot of my units fairly convincingly. But now that I've got these 3 Baktrian hillmen, I can soak up the charge from the Thessalians, and I can follow up with my Baktrian noble horse and refuse them an exit strategy. So I just got my Baktrian royal cav in a favorable spot. Got my units on precision shot. I don't know what I'm targeting here. I'm going to target a Sam Knight warrior. I don't know whether that's a good decision or not. Again, bringing up the light cavalry. Just kind of threatening. Doing some really nice, really great job of pushing back my units and kind of being annoying. I left my Scythian horse archer there for a little bit too long, and he actually destroyed one of them. They did come back, thank God, but not a great job for my units there. I'm going to push back his archers, get a lot of kills with my Baktrian hillman there. It's kind of interesting. And I'm just going to push him back. So his plan is not working. He's never going to be able to get a nice hammer and anvil strike on me if all of his cav is moving back to his rear. So I've actually caught the archers with my Baktrian hillman. They are medium melee. And I'm going to destroy them fairly quickly. Getting some nice shots in here with my Scythians. But the real killing power is coming around the flank now. I've got my Baktrian noble horse. I've tied down one of these Thessalian cav, and I'm going to do a fairly good job in destroying it. Now I'm going to get my Baktrian royal cav into the rear of this this Sand Knight warrior and just destroy them. Get a really nice rear charge there. That was very nice. Don't know how many kills I eventually got, but these Baktrian hillmen are going to be able to get kills on these units while they're on the ground. So I pop battle rhythm on this unit, and hopefully they're going to be able to pull themselves back into this fight. Probably not, because they're Baktrian hillmen. But all in this flank, I've managed to hold down a whole bunch of Thessalians, and I'm fairly confident we can destroy these units. He does get a very nice charge in here with his Thessalians, so that's unfortunate there. In the center, we are still exchanging fire. I'm just softening up a whole bunch of units. These hoplites just going to hopefully do a whole bunch of damage. Ooh, didn't notice here. He actually had Syrian heavy archers over here trained on my own Syrian archers as well, so not too good for me. He is pushing through this gap with a lot of his different units. This Sand Knight warrior is down to 84 men, but he does have this Etruscan hoplite, which is going to be super annoying for me. I'm going to send in my main line and engage his hoplites and probably destroy them fairly quickly. I am managing to shred a whole bunch of these Thessalians. They were just left in combat for too long. He couldn't pull them out because I obviously had cavalry here. So that's definitely the risk that you take if you bring shot cavalry and don't have any support. You need to support your shot cav, otherwise they're going to have a bad time, especially against cavalry. Going to put my units into fucking, what's it called, shield wall, and get them. Usually what I do is put them into shield wall and then click attack orders again, because sometimes if you put them into shield wall and leave them, they can have some pretty buggy formations and turn around and all that kind of shit. So getting a nice charge in here with my Baktrian Royal Cavalry. He's going to send in his second line, which are these mercenary Samnite warriors. My mercenary Syrian warriors, I don't know what they're firing at. Going to get a really nice charge in here with my Thorax Swordsman on these Etruscan hoplites. Probably going to shred them as well. I got another Thorax Swordsman in the rears, just getting ready for a nice opportunity. I do have these Baktrian Peltas, who are trained on who? Don't know. Understood. They actually weren't on fire at will, so I don't know who they were attacking. Managed to finish off that mercenary Samnite warriors, and actually, I don't know if this is. Yeah, okay. This Syrian archer was actually out of ammo, so that's actually a good idea for me. And I'm going to get some nice shots with my own Scythian archers into the rear of this hoplite unit. Going to finish off this just seal the deal with these Samnite warriors. Whoa, they're getting absolutely destroyed. Got an experienced chevron on my Royal Cav. And these Thessalians are dropping like flies at this point. 20 men left in that Bactrian noble horse, 15 left in this guy, and 47 left in that guy as well. So probably not great. I mean, most of those noble horse units are now useless, kind of. But they have managed to win me the flank, and now I can get in with my Bactrian Royal Cav and do some rear charges and the like. So I'm going to chase after these archers. They do. Oh, look at them go. Poor guys. They did not stand a chance. They've only got 4 men left, and they're dropping like flies. Now I'm going to start getting some nice rear charges on these hoplite and Samnite warriors. My Thorax Swordsmen are winning. They're going to be winning, especially up against hoplite units, but it's taking a while to cut through these units. Get a really nice charge on these Samnite warriors as well. So my general's unit is turning out to be quite useful in this match so far. My Baktrian Peltas haven't really been doing a whole lot in this match just yet, because I haven't really activated them properly. Gonna get some nice charges in here with my healthy Baktrian noble horse. Gonna finish off this hoplite unit. This mercenary Etruscan hoplite though is gonna start taking some pretty heavy fire from my Baktrian Peltas, and if he leaves it here long enough, they're just gonna get shredded. Yeah, you can see 31 men left, not really doing too well at all. Over on the other side, the engagement hasn't really started properly, not just yet. So over here in the center, getting a very nice rear charge again with my Baktrian Royal Guard, Royal Cav General. Going to finish off this hoplite unit and do a fair amount of damage on this Samnite warrior here as well. Using my Scythian horse archers to get some nice attacked in the rear penalties. They won't get any kills, but they will apply that morale penalty to these units. I don't know what's going on there though. Baktrian Peltas over here getting 33 kills, not too bad. This one over here is getting 82, so not too bad at all. We haven't even activated these elephants yet. He's only just starting to bring them around. And now I can start outflanking our second opponent here. So Thorax Swordsman getting a lot of kills, 100 and something, 100 and whatever, 58. Doing pretty well. I mean, I find using Thorax Swordsman, like, I don't know. I don't tend to bring them as much. They're just such a boring unit. Like, they look boring. They have a boring name. They're kind of... everything about them is kind of boring. I would rather kind of bring something a little bit different, a little bit more eye-catching. But, you know, this is probably the most effective way of bringing Thorax Swordsman. I mean, I was facing up against two factions that probably rely more on their spears than anything, so the Thorax Swordsmen seem to be the better pick. So I'm going to start reforming my lines, probably going to bring them up, yeah, there we go. Bring up my Thorax Swordsmen and form a new line there. And Baktrian Royal Cav, getting 173 kills. Very, very impressive so far. Very happy with the way these guys perform in the battlefield. Very heavy shot Cav are always welcome in my armies. I'm sure you probably noticed by my playstyle by now. Now the elephants are coming up. They're kind of going to be a little bit threatening to my opponent. He does have a lot of units left, including a lot of Thorax pikemen. 3 in the center. And it looks like he's just starting to open fire with these Syrian heavy archers. Don't know what they were firing on here. It looks like they killed a whole bunch of Balearic slingers. And, yep, just Balearic slingers. So 46 men left in that guy. 20 left in that guy, 65 left in that guy. Fairly evenly matched there. I would probably put money on the Balearic Slingers winning this engagement. The Syrian Heavy Archers just don't have the... I don't know, actually.
At the double. Orders understood.
Yeah, I don't know. If you guys know, let me know, because I do not know who would win that engagement. So, Hellenic Royal Cav going to come in here for a suicide run. Going to kind of refuse their charge with my own shittier units, these are Scythian Horse Archers, and seal the deal with these Baktrian Noble Horse. He's going to pull through anyway. Didn't really manage to get a very good charge on me anyway. My Baktrian Peltasts are going to have a nice time just firing into these Thorea Spears. They are in square formation, so going to be very annoying units to try and cut our way through. You can see not really doing too much damage there, but my Thorax Swordsmen are going to do okay against these units in an extended fight. Now, they're kind of like a buggy formation. They're using formation attack. Now, if you want to come up against a unit that's in square, I would probably advise turning formation attack off, and that means that you can kind of get your units to wrap around the enemy unit and kind of apply more, have more men fighting more men at the same time. So I can't really draw because it's pretty fine, but you know, you can see that all these other men on the sides are kind of not really attacking anyone. They're just kind of standing around playing with themselves. So once you put them into formation attack, they'll wrap around and start getting some nice damage done on the opponent. So up in the center, we've got my teammates coming in here with these mercenary Gallics and Libyan infantry. They're probably going to start unloading their javelins, I would think. Yeah, here we go. So definitely a good tactic that you would have against pikes. Bring your units in until they're just close enough to throw their javelins, and then I would probably advise to just unload. He's going to attack at a kind of like an awkward angle there, getting a lot of kills though with his precursor volleys. I'm wrapping a... Whoa, hey. So Thorax Swordsmen attacking these Thorea Spears, but they're just going to get trashed by these African elephants. There's nothing you can do against that. Man, I wonder if elephants were really this kind of effective in battle back in the day, because you'd imagine they would go out of control fairly quickly and fairly easily, so they would probably just kill just as many of your own men as they would the enemy, really. Anyway, my Baktrian Royal Cav getting into a bit of a tight spot here, getting a nice charge in these light Cav, and getting a fair bit of damage done to this Agema Cav as well, but it's probably a little bit more kind of overextended at this point. Not really in a safe place, but I don't think it really matters too much because we've pretty much won the battle anyway. We're overwhelming this flank, just bringing them around. I really like using these Baktrian Peltasts. I love seeing them in situations where they can be useful. Even though they've still got ammo, I could still use them in melee and to good effect as well. So here's the last dregs of the Seleucid army being pushed off into the distance, and it's a close victory for me and El Monto. Good guy. He was actually a very good player to play with. You'll probably see him in the next online battle, but we got some pretty nice games coming to you really soon. So Syrian Archers always useful. Baktrian Peltasts weren't as useful as they could have been. Scythian Horse Archers, didn't really watch them a whole lot. But the Baktrian Noble Horse, they were instrumental, just like my Baktrian Royal Cav, in doing rear charges and that kind of thing. Just very useful units. Thessalian Cav getting a whole bunch of kills. Don't know what that guy was doing. 140, that's amazing. But yeah, not really doing too well. He didn't actually use his Cav. Jeez, that's a sign of a good player. Not even having to use your Cav. That's good. African Elephants, 100 kills. Balearic Slingers getting a lot of kills. That's very impressive. A lot of them were probably on these Syrian Heavy Archers as well. So probably very good skirmish engagements happening over on that front there. So thanks, bros, for the game. Jujubear signing out. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.